Hello everyone, welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for the month of December 2021. And you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. For those new to the channel, the reason that I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that I find it's much more relevant to your actual life path, because it's recognized in both Western and Eastern Vedic astrology that the North Node is your path forward, the path that you were born to master and the path that you were born to take in this lifetime. So let's get started. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for everybody with their North Node in Leo and or the 5th house. I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents everything from the 1st of the month to the 15th, and then this side represents from the 15th of the month on. So a couple of themes that are coming up big time for you. One of them that's coming up hugely for you is following your talents. And I feel like this month, the overall thing is always remember that your dreams and desires and talents that you either want to acquire or already have and want to get put out into the world, always keep that to the forefront and keep that planning. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're getting messages, for doing the kind of putting that out into the world. You're getting messages and you're getting praise in doing what you love, type of a thing. Now, this first half of the month, okay, I'm gonna be real with you, okay. I'm seeing for some of you, there's an energy that could be like a little bit like dealing with a negative situation or people, but particularly like it's just like not a nice situation. I feel like there is this first half of the month, possibly some envy or jealousy that is coming at you in some way, okay? And a lot of you have had to deal with the envy and jealousy thing over your lifetime because of this, with your North Node in Leo and or the 5th house, and with your South Node in Aquarius and or the 11th house. You have a lot of natural gifts and talents, okay? A lot of you can be very charismatic people naturally, and people gravitate toward that. So you might have had to deal with, a lot of envy and jealousy over the years. And so this first half of the month, look, I want you to be aware of that, okay? And I feel like by the middle of the month, when you get out of that, out of that beginning section, as we get into the middle of the month and the end, it's going to get better. But remember, the reason this is coming up in particular is because it's about finding out who really has your back. Okay, and that's what needs to come out. And so when you see someone who, excuse me, if someone is acting toward you in a way and you feel it's like based in, for whatever reason, but they're mistreating you in some way, and it could be based in envy or jealousy, ask yourself this. Ask yourself, okay, like, does this person really have my best do they really like me, love me, or whatever? Like, really, it's getting you to look at who your true friends are. Because when you do have this Leo Aquarius polarity, or 5th house, 11th house polarity, it is how it can be. It's a house of friends. One of the houses of friends. I mean, the 7th house is, but it is also of groups of people. Okay, and it's getting you to be more picky about. You should have people around you that support you, that have your back, and so it's getting you. That's why this is happening. It's getting you to look at that. Like I said, I feel like it could be too that sometimes when you want to step out and do something, it's almost like this feeling of there could be like Debbie Downers around you, or kind of negative people, like maybe, for whatever reason, out of their own envy and jealousy, like trying to drag you down. But as I said, really, if one of the things that's coming in too, don't be so quick to tell your plans to people, especially those that you're not sure if they truly have your back. Your very, very closest people around you, if sharing is good. But really for you, it's more like it's time for action type of a thing. Put things you want in motion instead of really talking about it, because sometimes, if you are talking about your plans, that could also kind of spur that, envy or jealousy. But look, it's gonna come up in some capacity, work, family, friends, somewhere in your life, okay? And when it comes up, just realize it's getting you to see the truth and what's really behind the curtain type of a thing, okay? And if you can do that, and you could be more, and you might have to at some point, like going on here to the second half of the month, you may have to emotionally walk away from a situation. Like, it's really funny because, doing this for years, and, counseling clients, and, being a reader, I've seen it all, okay? And I see, but I definitely see themes over and over again. And one of the themes that I see a lot of is I see people staying in situations, in relationships, not only romantic, all sorts of, in work relationships, in family, relationships, or with friends. And they stay, and even though they stay in there, and even though they know it's not for their highest good, why they do it, I'm not even going to get into it. It's lots of reasons they get into it, because they feel like they're obligated, or I have to do this. And it's sometimes you do have to, deal. If it's a family situation, sometimes you do have to stay in there to a certain extent, but you don't have to stay there, and keep getting slapped. You just have to, at some point, back up from it. But that's what I'm seeing a lot of, is like a lot of you are learning how to, this is a time for, you might have to walk away. If a person, what value is someone in your life if they don't truly care about you and love you and have your back? What value is that person? I mean, that's all that needs to be said. And so in that sense, you have to walk away sometimes. And then when you do that, when you're able to walk away from that and, not put yourself in the situation where you're taking on negativity like that, it's going to free up energy for you to plan for your future and things that you want to do. Because it's almost like the feeling I'm getting is like you have these plans, but yet it's almost like it gets bogged down, because it's like, you try to move forward, and then 10 other things pop up that you have to deal with. So I feel like this energy will be freed up when you are able to like walk away and kind of see kind of who truly has your back. Now, I do feel like the second half of the month too, there is an energy that I would have to say of like an authority figure, and I want to say like almost like it's feeling to me on the male side, but it doesn't necessarily have to be male. It could be, any gender, but someone that kind of holds weight or authority, in your life. But, and it could be, so I'm thinking of like a father type figure, but that doesn't have to be, a male gender. It could be any gender, but someone that kind of holds weight. It could even be in a romantic relationship. I feel like the second half of the month, you're going to be kind of dealing with that. And I feel like you're going to be dealing with, some of you are going to be dealing with an over emotional energy from where this is coming from, like a way over the top over emotion, or the opposite of completely cold, that you're dealing with that. Okay. And some of you, it's almost like it feels like you may feel like you have to deal with this situation because it's going to benefit your life now and in the future, type of a thing. So it's almost like you might be have put up with something, or you're putting up with something when you really don't want to, type of a thing. And this could be a situation where, you might have to think of walking away. Now, as I said, this could play out in family. It could be a love relationship. It could be friends, and it could even be a work type situation. Okay, any of those is going to play out for you in different ways, but it's going to be kind of the same energetic imprint. And I don't want you to feel like you are stuck, because you do have options. It's going to take a little courage. It's basically like when you walk away, you're not walking away into the unknown or the dark. What you're really doing is, when you walk away from a situation emotionally and physically, for you, it's going to be you're choosing your future as opposed to having someone else dictate your future. Okay. And when you do that, it's like a very, very powerful statement. Remember, with your North Node, and I've told you this before, okay? When your North Node's in Leo, if this is the first time you've heard this video, or heard one of my videos, I will tell you now, you are given the license to be someone of notoriety and importance in this life. And even if it's on a small scale, it could be anything up to a super famous person, or just someone who holds a lot of sway and weight within their circle. Okay. But and usually it's wrapped up with your talents. Okay. So remember, above all else, keep cultivating your dreams and your desires. Keep cultivating your talents. Search for what you're good at. What is it that you can bring to the world? What is it that you can, that your unique gifts, what can you give to the world? Because when you bring those gifts to the world and you focus the energy on that and don't get distracted by other things, okay, when you bring that to the world, that's going to make you the most happy, and it's going to make you really, really kind of get on your, simply get and stay on your optimal timeline. So remember that. Develop those gifts, find those gifts, work on those gifts, and give them to the world, and you will be rewarded with a lot of happiness and a great timeline. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and that you found some value in it. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing, spending some time with me. Much love, much appreciation. We'll see you again on some more videos. Many blessings.